Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my next guide video that is being updated because we last covered Legion Revenant absolutely ages ago when it first came into the game. So if you would like to get your hands on this class, in order to access the Revenant map, you will need to have one of the variants of the Dark Caster classes. And then depending on which way you feel like going about doing these quests, you're going to be rinsing and repeating them potentially quite a few times in order to get enough Exalted Crowns, Revenant Spell Scrolls, and Conquest Reefs. This video was actually recorded and made about a month ago, so if any changes have come out since, I do deeply apologise, but that's just the way it's going to go, unfortunately. But hopefully that doesn't happen. It is worth remembering the Join Ultra Dage map, you can turn insignias in for the reefs, the crowns, and the spell scrolls, and this will significantly reduce the amount of grinding you're going to have to do. You will, however, still have to complete each Fealty quest at least once. Anyway, let us begin with Legion Fealty 1, which does require rank 10 evil. So Aetius Empowered, you're going to need 50 of these. You're able to get it from the Revenant map, as there is an Ultra Aetius there, or the more likely way you're going to be doing it is joining Judgment, head along to this room right here, click the Ultra Fights, and there should usually, if you're on Arctic server, etc., be some other people there to help you out. Tethered Souls are over at Join Revenant, so you need to head back there and just defeat the Forgotten Souls, and they will drop you the items that you're looking for. You can then head over to Join Shadow Round Past, and you can pick up some Darkened Essences. You're going to need 500 of these each turn in, so that could take you a little while, and if you still haven't got your Necrotic Sword, it could be worth grabbing some items for that in the process. Okay, Dracolich contracts, 1,000 of these. Head down to the bottom of Join Necro Dungeon. You have 5 versions of the head here, and you're able to go through defeating all of those. Once you've turned in Fealty 1, Fealty 2 will be available to you. If you're wanting to do these just via the quest, you will need to complete Fealty 1 20 times, you'll need to complete Fealty 2 6 times, and then Fealty 3 10 times. Grim cohorts are available from any monsters at Join Doom Vault, and that is exactly the same when you head over to Join Mummies to get Ancient Cohorts. You're able to defeat pretty much any monster in all of these maps, and they should be dropping you cohorts as long as you're at the right place. Pirate cohorts are from Join Wrath, and there is this lovely 4 enemy room here, so just keep on heading to the right from spawn and you will come across it. Then we're going to be heading over to Join Doom War for the Battle On cohorts. Again, there's various different rooms you're able to go through here and grab your items. I'm not too sure if there is a 4-person one for this. Most of them are 3, but we do get lucky with some 4s thrown in there. Next up is Join Overworld for Mirror cohorts. Again, you're going to need 500 for each of these, so this is by far the most grindy quest, and as we said, if you are doing it just for quests only, you'll have to complete this one a total of 6 turn-in times, so it could take you quite a while and definitely a lot of button mashing. Join Death Pits, and that is where you're going to get your Dark Blood cohorts, and then you're able to head over to Join Maxius, head to the right, and you'll have a room full of lovely 5 ghouls. I think that's the right number if I can count correctly. Defeat them and they will get you those vampire cohorts. Next up is Join Curse Shore for the Spirit cohorts, and from memory when I did this, I think I literally just stayed in this spawn room and grabbed all of the monsters that way. Next up, you are going to be joining Dragon Bone, and there is a 4 enemy room map. I'm pretty sure all of them will drop it in there, so I might as well show you the route to it in the background, and once you eventually reach it, go through the left here, and as I said, you get a lovely choice of all of these monsters you're able to defeat for those dragon cohorts. And then it is time to move on yet again, and this time you could either go to Join Temple or Join Doomwood. Not too sure which one you prefer, but either way you should get pretty much the same result depending on which one you end up going to, and this one is for those Doomwood cohorts. You can just come to this room where they keep on spawning. This is probably where you went back in the day. However, as you can see, they're not really cutting across my screen, so I can't accurately tell you how many's in there, but I'm sure you'll figure out which one of those methods is best for you, and people always comment down below on secret little rooms that could speed up your farming. So Fealty 3, you're going to need the Hooded Legion Count. You'll need to have completed Fell to the King quest in order to actually get in amongst all of these, and then once you've picked that item up, you have another one ticked off your list. 4,000 Legion tokens are also required per turn-in, so that will take you a little bit of time to go along and pick all of those up with your various farming methods. Join Underworld or the Evil War maps, and their variants will be able to grab yourself the Dage's favours. Most likely though, the place I'd be going is if you head along to the Underworld and you go through this portal where generally there'll be a few other players in this room here to hopefully help you out, and if there's not, again you can flick between the maps until you find the location that feels best for you. Next up, you need to do this Legion Recruits quest in order to get yourself the Emblem of Dage. I personally go into the arena and keep on heading left until you get get where all the Legion dudes are standing and then go inside of the room behind them, as you'll see in literally just a moment. In theory, I probably should have just sped this bit up so you didn't see me walk in for ages, but yes, go in this doorway, and between Carnage and that Minotaur on the right, they will drop you what you need. It doesn't take overly long, as you only need the one turn-in on this particular quest, so you should be able to pick these up in no time at all, hopefully. You do also have the room directly to your right if you'd like to go in there and just try and get the drops off the monsters there instead. Entirely up to you, but I'm pretty sure as far as getting the particular gem to drop, you want to be in this room right here, because it will drop off that Carnage and the Minotaur. Our next item requires us to stay at Shadow Blast, and this time accept the Legion Loyalty Rewarded quest. So we'll quickly do a mini guide for this, just so you know exactly where you need to go for all of these items. Believe it or not, Dark Makai defeated, times 25 of them drop from Dark Makai. So join Tegaskuma, Lotolololim, and you'll be able to grab those there. Join AQ Lesson, and you can get your Karnaxite by defeating the Karnax. So nice and straightforward, just head along to him. I think he's the first door on the right when you spawn in there. Then we have Join Deep Chaos, and you need to make sure you're defeating this version of Caffel in order to get your Tentacle. Then our next map is going to be over to the classic Join layer. Defeat the Red Dragon, and you'll eventually get yourself the Red Dragon's Fang, and that will be yet another one ticked off in Legion Loyalty Rewarded. Then join DF Lesson and get Fluffy's Bones. You want to head from spawn straight down the bottom right of the little mountain, and you'll be able to find Fluffy pretty much immediately, one room in. And then join a Blood Titan, and you can just defeat the normal one or the Ultra one, whatever you feel, until you get the Blades drop. It is a temp item, it's not a physical item, so just remember that. At this point you can turn that quest in, and you should have your Diamonds of Dage. Your final item is going to be Dark Tokens from Safaric War Dage. Just head along here, it is a quest reward, so you'll just need to do those a load of times, defeat loads of monsters, and you'll get enough of them in the end. And then, like we say, to turn in Fealty 4, you just need loads of items from the previous quest. You will need to complete each quest at least once. You can unlock Fealty 4, and if you've done that, you can just go along to Ultra Dage and spend all your insignias and spend a few weeks doing that if you'd rather do it that way instead of standing in a room farming. But it's up to you. You may fancy doing some of the quests and not some of the quests. You could mix them up between both ways, but eventually you will get your hands on Legion Revenant. Anyway folks, as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do leave a like and of course subscribe, and I'll see you all again for another one incredibly soon.